The reign of King Solomon, circa 970 to 931 BC, marked the peak of Israel's power, grand construction projects, international trade, and religious centralization in Jerusalem. However, heavy taxation and forced labor led to growing discontent, particularly among the northern tribes. After Solomon's death, his son Rehoboam ascended the throne, but his harsh policies and refusal to negotiate with the people led to rebellion. Under the leadership of Jeroboam, the northern tribes broke away from the kingdom of Israel, while the southern kingdom of Judah remained under the Davidic dynasty. This division led to centuries of conflict, political instability, and religious divergence between the two kingdoms. This study examines the reigns of the kings of Israel and Judah, political and religious policies, and the archaeological evidence supporting the historical existence. Kings of Israel, Northern Kingdom, and archaeological evidence. The Kingdom of Israel, composed of 10 tribes, had a turbulent history marked by frequent coups, foreign alliances, and conflicts with neighboring nations. Unlike Judah, Israel did not have a stable dynasty, as rulers were often overthrown. Jeroboam, after first, circa 931 to 910 BC, his account is in 1 Kings chapters 12 to 14. Jeroboam established a new religious system of golden calves at Bethel and Dan to rival the Jerusalem temple. He reached conflict with Jeroboam and later Abijah of Judah. Jeroboam was criticized by prophets for leading Israel into idolatry. Archaeological evidence. The Tel Dan inscription, a possible reference to early Israelite rulers. Excavations at Tel Dan and Bethel have uncovered religious structures and artifacts consistent with non-Yahwistic worship. Omri, circa 885 to 874 BC. 1 Kings, chapters 16 to 28. He found the Omri dynasty, established Samaria as the new capital. He strengthened Israel through alliances, including marriages between his son Ahab and Jezebel, the Phoenician princess. He expanded influence over Moab and faced Assyrian threats. Meshastili, the Moabite stone, circa 840 BC, mentions Omri as the ruler, who subjugated Moab. Omri's dynasty is referenced in inscriptions such as the brass obelisk of Shalmaneser III. Excavations at Samaria show evidence of Omri-era construction and administrative centers. Ahab, circa 874 to 853 BC. 1 Kings, chapters 16 to 22. Ahab promoted Baal worship under Jezebel's influence. He fought against the Assyrians at the Battle of Karkar, 853 BC. He was oppressed by the prophet Elijah. The Kirk monolith, Assyrian record of the Battle of Karkar, mentions Ahab as leading one of the largest contingencies against Assyria. Samaria palace excavations indicate an advanced Omride architectural style. Jehu, circa 841 to 814 BC. 2 Kings chapters 9 to 10. Jehu led a violent coup, killing Ahab's descendants and Queen Jezebel. He submitted to Assyria, paying tribute to Shalmaneser III. Jehu attempted religious reforms, removing Baal worship. A black obelisk of Shalmaneser III, circa 841 BC, depicts Jehu kneeling before the Assyrian king, proving Israel's submission. The fall of Israel, 722 BC. The Assyrian king Shalmaneser V and later Sargon II conquered Samaria, leading to the exile of Israelites. The kingdom was replaced by Assyrian-controlled provinces. Assyrian annals, Sargon II inscriptions, describe the conquest of Israel and the deportation of its people. Excavations in Samaria show layers of deconstruction matching the Assyrian campaign. The kingdom of Judah, centered in Jerusalem, remained under the Davidic dynasty, but faced both internal and external challenges. Unlike Israel, Judah history is more stable with fewer assassinations and coups. Rehoboam, circa 931 to 913 BC. 1 Kings chapters 12 to 14. Rehoboam lost the northern tribes due to his harsh policies, suffered an invasion by Shishak, the first of Egypt. Karnak temple reliefs, Shishak inscriptions, record the Egyptian campaign against Judah, confirming the biblical account. Asa, circa 911 to 870 BC, and Jehoshaphat, circa 870 to 848 BC, Both kings established religious reforms seeking to eliminate idol worship. They also engaged in conflict and temporary alliances with Israel. Excavation in Jerusalem and surrounding cities indicate fortification projects linked to their reigns. Hezekiah, circa 715 to 686 BC, 2 Kings chapters 18 to 20. He strengthened Judah's defenses against Assyria. He built Hezekiah's tunnel to secure water supply. He endured the Sennacherib Assyrian invasion in 701 BC. The Sennacherib prison, Annals of the Assyrian King, record the siege of Jerusalem but does not mention its capture. Hezekiah's tunnel, an impressive engineering feat still visible today. A royal seal of Hezekiah has also been found in Jerusalem, and a possible seal of the prophet Isaiah. Josiah, circa 640 to 609 BC, 2 Kings chapters 22 to 23. Josiah was a religious reformer, centralizing worship in Jerusalem. He discovered the Book of the Law, which included the 5 books of Moses, the Torah. He was killed in battle against Pharaoh Necho II. The Lachish letters correspond to show the state of Judah before the Babylonian conquest. The fall of Judah, 586 BC, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon besieged Jerusalem. The city and Solomon's temple were destroyed, and the people were exiled. Babylonian chronicles record Nebuchadnezzar's campaign. Excavations in Jerusalem reveal burned layers from the destruction of the city from the time of the Babylonian exile. The history of Israel and Judah after Solomon's death is marked by political struggles, religious conflicts, and external invasions. Archaeological evidence from the inscriptions, ancient texts, and excavations support much of the biblical narrative. While some details remain debated, the historical reality of key figures like Omri, Ahab, Jehu, Hezekiah, and Josiah is well attested. This study demonstrates that the biblical history of the divided monarchy is supported by significant archaeological discoveries, bridging the gap between scripture and material history.